Hey everyone, it's Misty here from TheJollyFatElf. Welcome to another day in my 2023 holiday card series and the first video in my one die 3 ways. So I've done this series sporadically where I do one stamp or one image 3 ways. I think the last one I did was the one for Gerda Steiner, and the one before that I colored a hyacinth. Hydrangea. Anywho, that doesn't matter. So this week I'm going to be working with the Dancin Gingerbread from Spellbinders. Now, these came into my life because I was assigned this release through Scrapbook Pal. So today a video went up live for them and I will link that in the description box down below so you can check it out. So 2 videos from me today, one here, one on Scrapbook Pal. I'd love if you go and left a comment, etc. Give that some love. So in this week, I'm gonna use these dies 3 different ways, basically. If you love gingerbread, these are so much fun. They really are fun because there's so many things that you can do with them. And I'm gonna show you 3 completely different things over this week. So if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment letting me know, do you like gingerbread? Or do you not? And I'm not talking about the food. I'm talking about like crafting, like decorating and stuff. If I had $1,000, I would go buy every single gingerbread thing at home to decorate this house with. I'm not even kidding. I don't know why I love them so much. I just do. So yeah, anyway, that's it. So I can head over to the craft table. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Just punch myself in the face. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Follow me over on Instagram. I'm at TheJollyFatElf. I'm trying to post every single day over there. So yeah, and I also have 2 other channels and an Etsy shop. And hopefully when this video goes up on Monday, I have updated the Etsy shop. So be sure you check that out in the description box down below. Okay, that's a lot of chitter chatter. Let's head over to the craft table and I'll show you card 1 of my one die 3 ways. Y'all, I'm so excited to share with you this card. So this is what the dies look like. And I am pulling paper from MFT. This is a print paper. We've got the Santa Claus stripes and then we have another piece. So I had already used this piece on the left when I made my letters from last Monday. So I'm using leftovers. Again, I'm doing my best, trying not to have any waste or very little to no waste. And so I'm reusing. Now, the one thing you need to know about these dies is they come in groups. So like at the top, you can see that die, that is the band to the hat. It's the fringe for the scarf. And then I think it's for their hands. The one on the left right now that is on the polka dot paper, that's the frosting. So there is head frosting, there's arms and leg frosting, and then there's 2 frostings that fit on the dress. And then you have your 2 gingerbread bodies, and then you have 2 different gingerbread faces. So with the faces, it leaves a hole for the eyes and the nose and the mouth. Nope, eyes, cheeks, and mouth. So you have to kind of add some paper behind it or something to that effect in order for that to work. There's another one that has the bow and a couple of other things. I think the Santa hat, etc. These are going to be very glittery. Very, very, very glittery. Very glittery. And as you can see here, all of the paper is backed with double-sided adhesive sheets. When I'm working with something this small, you guys have heard me say it over and over and over and over again. I am horrible with getting glue everywhere, so I much prefer, to have my little pieces backed on tape. I'm using some walnut stain distress ink to add a little bit of dimension to these cute little gingerbread. I wish I had a different color. I think Stampin' Up! Has like pecan something. I saw that would look really pretty as gingerbread. And then I'm going to do the eyes and the mouth with walnut stain. And then I'm going to do the cheeks with picked raspberry because I am going to do a really bright pink paper behind it. So this card was a little tedious, but only because it's so much cutting. but putting together is a breeze. And like I said, I love this die set so much. And again, I posted a video with Scrapbook Pal today, so I'll have that in the description box so you can check that one out too, which is completely different. Different color scheme, etc. So yeah. And I'm sharing this with you. So initially I made a boy and a girl. Well, technically a boy and a girl. So one was going to have the hat, the other one was going to have a bow, and I wanted both of them to have this kind of dripping frosting on their heads. Well, I didn't account for the hat, etc., etc. So in the end, you'll see once we get there, I'm actually going to have 2 girls with bows on this. So yeah. And here you can see what I mean about the frosting. So there's head, then there's all 4, like 2 arms, 2 legs, and then there's a longer and a shorter one that goes on top of the dress, and then it cuts out a ball for his for the hat. I almost put one of those. I have the little tiny pom-poms. I considered that, but again, I ended up not even using this hat at all. So here I'm just adding the band, and that's why I'm like, okay, that might not work. So the scarf was kind of hard to do in this glitter paper. So the scarf, you get the part that cuts out like the biggest part of the scarf, and then you have these little pieces that kind of help make it a striped scarf, and those also cut out from a different die, and then you have to layer them on there and then layer them together, and so the scarf is a little bit more work. I mean, it's easy once you figure it out, but with this glitter paper, it was really hard to see the embossing of where things should go. Luckily, this was like the 4th one I'd made at this point, so I was like, okay, I got this. I can do this. I got this. And I just really love that you can mix and match patterns. I mean, really, the world is your oyster with this. I think it can be very many different things. Like, and not, I don't mean like, I mean like color combinations. You could just go anywhere with this. And if it had a cute gingerbread house, I mentioned that I bought a gingerbread house die. I don't know what they'll look like in relation, but I do have some clip art that's a gingerbread house and gingerbread people. So you may see that later in the holiday card series. I'm not quite sure. For the bow, I am just using some regular Tombow adhesive because I didn't back it on the paper, and it's just going paper to paper. Okay, this piece right here is the most important. This is your moving mechanism. You have to have one of these for each of your little gingerbread if you want them to move. The part you want to move, and we'll talk about more when we get there. Here I'm just, like I said, I have to add the mouth and the eyes and stuff behind them. So while that's going, I'm going to talk to you. So the part that you want to be stable, that is where you put the bottom of the bubble wand. We're going to call them bubble wands. The top of the bubble wands, where the bubbles would come out, is the mechanism that makes it move. So, and on this card, I make their bodies move. Wait, am I explaining this right? I don't know. You'll see. It is really simple when we get there. Okay, so I decided not to use the dot paper. So I'm going to go with the stripe, and I'm going to go with the text. Now, you guys know, I've talked about it ad nauseum. When you're picking patterns, number one, this is all from one paper pack, so it's going to go. You want a large pattern, a medium pattern, and then something that kind of pulls more solid or is a really tiny print. For this, I have a large and a small. And then I don't really have a medium pattern because I'm going to put them on white. I'm going to back them on white. So that's just, it's easiest when you're doing a whole, like you're using one paper pad because they all pretty much will coordinate. It's completely different if you're, doing this on your own. So I've decided to do a green card base. I'm cutting this down. It's 4 1/4 by 11. I'm going to score it at 5 1/2. So we're going to make a portrait style card, and I'm going to get that folded and use my bone folder to get it all the way down. I'm using the A2 card mat dies, I believe is what they are, from Stamp Anything. These are my most used dies now. They all just kind of fit together, and I absolutely love them. I used a scallop rectangle die from Lawn Fun to cut out a smaller rectangle of paper. Is this paper? Did I do a pattern? I did. Okay. You can't see it here, and because I did it in a different video, but this is, I used the honeybee stamp set cover plate, the quilted cover plate, to give it just a little bit of texture. So here you can see how I'm adding this, and I slowed this down. This is in real time. So the head is going to be, I got it backwards. The head is going to be stagnant and the body is going to move. So you're going to place them where you want them to go, and then you're going to need a pop dot dimensional adhesive, whatever you want to call it. I'm using these ones from Scrapbook Adhesive, and you're going to put that right in the middle, and it's going to go back and forth around it. So sorry about that. I'm glad I slowed it down to show you, because explaining it was incorrect. Here's the thing. I'm awful with instructions. Like, everything I have ever put together in my whole life of lives has been backwards. So yeah. And here they are. And this one, I had a little bit of glue on the back because I was like, why is this sticking? Why is this sticking? I ended up pulling it up, and then I ended up tearing his head. So I cut a new one out, and they're going to get a bow. But again, I'm doing it the exact same way. We're just putting a little dot of glue. Here is the hinge, and then it's going to go like that. And I'm just making sure that I don't have any adhesive in the way, because it will stick. Now, you don't have to make them move. You really don't have to make them move. Or you can glue them together and then put them on an action wobble if you want the whole thing to move. But I think it's cute. I mean, what a fun way to get a card for the holidays. I think it's so cute. Okay, so I'm going to add the little green bow. I almost put it as a bow tie, and I'm like, okay, they already have a scarf. So we've got two little girls here, and I think they look so stinking cute, and I love all the sparkly. So when I started this, I actually cut them out of copper glitter paper, but the issue is getting something to stick to glitter paper is not easy. So I still have them, I think, and if I do, you may end up seeing me use them. Probably not this week, but maybe in the future. So I am looking for something that says, like, have a sweet holiday, something that has sweet in it. And I did find something in one of the Queen & Co. kits, and I believe it says, have a sweet holiday season, have a sweet holiday something. I am going to trim it because I have the leftover words from last Monday's card, or leftover letters from last Monday's card. I'm going to stamp this with red ink. This is Crimson, I think, from Stamp Anything. And then I'm going to stamp it, and then I'm going to cut it. So yeah, have a sweet holiday season. I'm going to cut off season, and I'm going to have a sweet, and then I'm going to cut off the rest. And I'm sorry you can't see this, but I'm just trimming it so I can see. This is my favorite trimmer because it has a wire guide. Now listen, I bought the We Are Memory Keepers all-in-one tool off Amazon. And on Amazon it said it was 99 grams, which is not even an ounce, or it's like 3 ounces or whatever. Anyway, I thought it was going to be lighter than what it was. It was heavy. And I was sad because I had to send it back. I was like, there's no way I could do this. But I wanted an envelope punch board, and I wanted, a different score tool. So I don't know. I'm debating on whether or not I will use an envelope punch board enough to have it, especially since I used to have one. Okay, so I decided to back the letters on the same green that we are using as the card base. And they fit perfectly. 4.25 inches wide, but I'm going to go ahead and cut it down as small as I can so it'll go across the front. So here you can see I'm cutting it down to have a sweet, and then I'm going to get this adhered with some, what I'm trying to say, I think I used foam tape. So I went ahead and moved this one up just a little bit. This poor little gingerbread's been through it, but I needed it to not catch on the happy holidays. So get that down with just regular tape runner. And then I'm going to add some of these candies from Stampin' Up! From eons ago. And after that, that's it. So thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate you. Let me know what you think of this in the comments down below. As I mentioned, the kind of pudding one is so stinking cute. And you can move them back and forth. You can have them where they stay still. It's completely up to you. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Follow me over on Instagram. I'm at TheJollyFatElf. I hope you have a good day, night, weekend, wherever you are. I love your faces, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.